So welcome to Flying Wheels and the Mecum Auto Auction. This is the first car we see right off the bat. This is a 1957 Chevy 210 limo. Just made a video, do not buy Mercedes convertible. Yet here I am at the auction and they're going for tremendous amounts of money. $15,000, I sold mine literally for half that price last week. That stings. I can't figure it out. I have two cars that were nicer than that one and I can't get the money for them. Hey, welcome to the Mecum Auto Auction in Kissimmee, Florida. It is summer 2024. I just moved down to Florida, and what you're seeing behind me is one of the reasons why I came here. I've been saying it for years, I'm sick of the cold. So instead of the cold, you get to enjoy a rainy day with me at the Mecum Auto Auction. There's a few reasons we're here. I was hoping my father and brother would come, they weren't able to make it. So instead of me just talking to the camera all day, we're gonna do a lot of interviews. I think the prices are a little bit lower. I think it's a buyer's market now, not a seller's market. We're gonna find out together, as well as do interviews with a lot of the sellers at today's auction. So if we can ask them what they're hoping to get, hear their backstories on their cars, and then see if they are actually selling or not, you're gonna come alongside with me at the Mecum Auto Auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. So welcome to Flying Wheels and the Mecum Auto Auction. If you notice behind me, there are cars of all types. This is a Restomod Corvette, newer C4 Corvette with an old 50s body. There's cars everywhere. I see a Nissan GTR over there. And in today's video, we're gonna be all over the place. We're gonna see muscle cars, we're gonna see imports, we're gonna see old cars, new cars. I'm sure there's a ton of Broncos everywhere. I'm always looking at that stuff. Today's gonna be a lot of fun, and I really wanna know what the prices are like. So you're gonna see the prices right alongside with me live as it's happening. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is the grand entrance. So when I walk in, I check in, I get our bidder badge. We're able to bid up to $250,000 today. I'm going to really try to not buy anything. I'm here for the novelty, not to spend all our money, but I'm making no promises. You'll find out with me as it goes. This is the first car we see right off the bat. Now it looks like a, 56-ish Corvette, but if you come up over here, it is not. It's actually a 2014 C7 Corvette from the interior all the way to right here, that they did a full body kit conversion on the entire exterior of the car. This is the first car we see as soon as we come in. So before we go in to see what the cars are actually selling for in the auction block, we're already in this warehouse. I thought we'd go take a look at what's already here, including this Dodge Demon right here, which are actually still pulling a premium far over what their MSRPs were originally. These cars are still getting well over $100,000, upwards of $250,000 depending on the car. Here's a 1970 Dodge Super Bee Restomod. When I say Restomod, this has a 392 Hemi in the engine, original body, original exterior. And then going down all the line, it's not just muscle cars, there's a little bit of everything, including my dream car. There's millions of dollars in this warehouse already, but the blue and white GTS Viper is one of my favorites of all time. It's a car that I had on a poster on my wall in my bedroom as a child. This car is one of my favorites, and since COVID, they've really gone up in value tremendously. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this one would sell for too. Nissan Skyline that I cannot sell, an R33. This right here is an R34. Is it a GTR? It's a GTT. So it's a similar version of my car, but one generation newer. These things, now that they're able to be imported, actually drop the value on my R33 tremendously. So these are the more desirable, which unfortunately has brought the value of my Skyline down a lot. I showed you the Super Bee over there that we called the Restomod because it had the 392 replacement engine out of a newer Challenger. When we talk Restomods, this is a little bit more Restomod. This is a 70 Chevelle SS. 70 has the two headlights right here, full chrome bumper, cowl induction hood with the spoiler that louvers up right here. Also, when we're talking Restomod, this has an LSX 454. So it probably originally came in the Chevelle SS as the 454 option. And what they did was they replaced it with an LSX engine inside. Now with the Restomod, you're getting different suspension, typically getting better disc rotors instead of your drums, better suspension, better engine options, and they usually upgrade the interior a little to make it a little bit more comfortable, which they did in this Chevelle as well. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know my dream cars are the Dodge Vipers. I have a 94 RT10. This right here is a 96 GTS Coupe. The difference between my RT10 and the GTS Coupe, mine has 400 horsepower, this having 450 horsepower. Coupe meaning it is not a removable roof like my RT10. It swoops down to the back spoiler. My favorite feature on this vehicle is the third brake light, which is actually a Viper emblem on the trunk, lights up. There are too many cars here to show you all of them, so I'm gonna try to pan through all of them, and I really wanna get to the bidding, so I'm not gonna take you and drag you along all day talking about nonsense. We're gonna get right to the car's bidding in just a second, but before we go there, I wanna show you this one. It's not all about $100,000 cars. I love bringing it back to the roots, although this is probably more expensive than I think. Come check out this car over here. No, it's not the yellow Ferrari that would have been from the movie Boiler Room. It's actually this Fox body Celine Mustang right here. Now, the fact that it's a Celine probably makes it unaffordable to a lot of people, especially in this condition, and it's even signed by him. There is a going argument in all my comment sections. Is it Saline or Celine? Steve Saline, Steve Saline. You guys tell me. This Fox body is perfect. 1990 Ford Mustang Celine convertible. This car is really clean with a 302 Ford 5-liter V8 and a manual transmission. Let's get out of here and see what's outside of this warehouse. Follow me out the door over there. I want to leave this room. It's tough to walk past all these cars and not show you everything that's here. Eleanor. How do you walk by Eleanor and not bring it up? This is a 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. GT500 from Gone in 60 Seconds. Now, the Eleanor name, they tried to trademark it from the man's wife. The guy that originated the Eleanor, created the Eleanor, passed away. Wife tried to trademark or copyright the name Eleanor so nobody could say the word Eleanor. She lost. I can say the word Eleanor as much as I want. Eleanor, Eleanor, Eleanor. This is Eleanor right here. Does it have the Go Baby Go button? Let's check on the inside and find out. No, not this one. So it is not an exact replica, but it's pretty darn close. Stay away, Craig. Stay away. You have 2. You don't need 3. You have not had a good experience with this. I don't need, oh, it's no reserve. Probably for a reason. I've made several videos on these Mercedes and I keep buying them. I'm not gonna buy one today. This is a 2004 Mercedes SL 500. So much bang for your buck, but not really. Because the convertible top pistons, I think there's 12 pistons that make this retractable top go into the trunk. They always leak. As well as the suspension, the hydraulic suspension works through the power steering pump, it leaks. And then you have an ABC light on the dash, the entire suspension sags. You have a $100,000 car that now sells for like $6,500 because the convertible is never a convertible or the suspension never works correctly. I despise these cars and I will not be buying another one today. Want to see what the inside of the Mecum auto auction looks like in the summer? You're going to come with me and find out. Follow me. So the way the Mecum auto auction works, same as Barrett-Jackson, these classic car auctions, you do not need a dealer's license to sell or buy anything here. It does help for me to have my dealer's license because they can transfer the title right from the original owner over to me, or I can sell my car through my dealership right to the new buyer. So it's a little bit simpler for me if you don't have a dealer's license. It's as simple as registering yourself at the Mecum auto auction on their website, or you can walk in with a check in hand and your driver's license. You'll get a bidder badge like this. You walk right up to the center, check out the cars for yourself, raise your hand and buy a car. Let's see what's running through right now. Now, we showed up here a day early. This auction actually started yesterday. So today's Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday are the days you're probably more likely to get a deal. Now, this is a retail auction, meaning expect to pay more than you would at a dealer auction, but there are still deals to be had if you find the right vehicle. If you look around, there are not a lot of people here. There's a lot of open seats, and it's almost completely wide open above me. So we're here at the right time. I said I'm not going to buy anything, but I'm sure there's going to be some tempting things here, and I'm going to work my hardest and not give in to my impulses. Let's go see what's in the staging lane. Right after the Mercedes runs through, I am a product of the 80s. My father and my grandfather always had this generation Bronco. I'm curious to see what this is worth now. I know this generation 80s and 90s Broncos have really spiked in value. So right after the Mercedes, we're going to figure out what this Bronco sells for. What's really neat is this car even has the original spare tire cover faded perfectly. The interior's cloth, clean. It's not all frayed apart, which is typical on these Broncos. So right here we have a 1988 Ford Bronco that is near pristine condition. It does have the 10-hole wheels, the 5-liter 302 Ford V8. I think this actually came with a 351 option as well. The problem with buying vehicles of this generation, same with the Fox body Mustangs, they have a 5-digit odometer, meaning if you look at the odometer, there's no 1 in front of it. So if it had 100,000 miles, there would be a 1. In a 5-digit odometer, it didn't give it that space. So this says 61,000 miles. We don't know if it's 61,000, 161, or it could be 261 and have been restored. You really don't know without pulling a history report, and the history reports aren't always even that accurate for vehicles of this age. So you always have to wonder what it is we're buying, what's the mileage on something like this. Regardless, I'm interested in it. We're gonna go see what it sells for inside the auction block. Moving on is the Bronco. This one I actually am interested in purchasing. Let's check this one out and see what it sells for. Factory AC, 5-liter V8, 302, automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive, with the tweed interior. Way more money than I thought. Let's move on. So that Bronco wasn't $32,000 brand new. You're getting $31,000. That's asking. So that's not actually what it's going to sell for. There's no bidders on it right now. Dropping the bid to $30,000.
Everybody else, 32.
No sale. They didn't have any bids on it.
32,000. Close the bid at 32.
All right, let's head outside and see what's out there.
1993 Volkswagen Deluxe 13-window bus.
Oh, cool. Thanks for you watch the show? Nice. Thanks a lot. Cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you. See you around. I feel like this is worth doing an honorable mention for. I can't figure out who would buy this, who would drive it, except me. This is a 1957 Chevy 210 limo with a 350 cubic inch V8. It's gigantic. It's long, it's stretched. I don't know if it would have been done like this originally in 57 or if it was done aftermarket. Let's peek in from the inside over here. If you go right around to that door, I'm gonna open it up right here. Now it does have the sliding privacy glass right here, has the original bench seat, but going into the back, it has forward-facing seats as well as rear-facing seats. This would be an absolute blast to have as a family vehicle just for fun. So the race car is going through in a second. I'm just curious to see what it sells for. In front of that is actually a Ford Mustang Cobra in the correct color, like the most iconic 90s car color combo in history maybe. It's right there. So we're gonna watch the Mustang Cobra run through, and then we're gonna see the race car go through right after that. In the meantime, while we're waiting, some sirens keep going off in the back corner. I wanna see what the disturbance is back there while we wait for these two to go through. So come this way and we'll go see what's happening. So what's interesting and also difficult about buying something like this is a retired police car. You can see it still has the lights on top, the strobes in the front. You actually can't drive on road with it saying Miami Beach Police. You can't drive on the road with the strobes or with the lights, even if they're off. The fact that they're functional is actually illegal in most states, if not all states, because you're impersonating a police officer. Really, really cool car to have. Really need to have in your collection, but it will need some modifications in order to be driven legally on the street. So my name's Craig from Flying Wheels. I make YouTube videos. I feel like I've seen Tampa Garage before. You guys sell Supras here before?
Yes.
Okay, that was you guys. Yeah. So today you have a Miami, like this is a real legit police car right from Miami Beach?
I don't know if it's specifically from Miami Beach, but I can answer the question. Like, it's a fully retired cop car.
Okay.
It's the last year that the Interceptors were produced, and it actually comes with the window sticker from factory.
Really?
Yeah.
So does it come as like a Crown Victoria window sticker or an actual police car window sticker?
So it's a Crown Victoria window sticker.
So this one was an actual in-use police car?
Correct. Yep.
Great.
All right. It was used. It's got the full cage, the lights, the PA system, everything on it.
Great. Yeah, thanks
I'm here
for the
representing
info.
it.
This is a pretty interesting car. I'm curious to see what it goes for. I don't even know how I would put a price on it. So I guess only the auction block will tell. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
You're very
it.
welcome. Thank you.
So the high bid was
15.
That's what I thought. I can't even imagine the engine cost probably more than that, right?
It was. The transmission's $12,000 by itself.
Right. You didn't sell it?
No, and I didn't.
All right.
And I know you don't get what you got in it because it's not an investment, it's for fun.
Right.
But at that price, maybe it's the wrong market here. Maybe the right people aren't here. Maybe it's summer and it's hot, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it home and go racing with it.
Yeah, you know what? It's worth more parting it out than selling it for that price, right?
It would be.
Perfect opportunity, actually, while we're on camera with the face in front of everybody. If they're interested in it, how would someone reach out to buy it from you?
Bob Lupini, Facebook. I have a Facebook page. BOBLUPINI is my Facebook page. Or you could look up Funny Car Bob anywhere on the internet. I used to race funny cars for 20 years, and that usually will lead you to my website.
So maybe this video could help you. Funny Car Bob, anywhere on Google if someone's interested in that car, maybe we can get it sold for you.
Or Bob Lupini.
Bob Lupini. Cool. Thanks again for the
Thank you very
recap.
much.
Thank you. So this is a pretty cool one. Broncos are climbing up in price. I feel like this will be a fairly inexpensive, I say that in quotations because there's really no such thing as an inexpensive Bronco. I'd be interested in this. 1975 Ford Bronco, 302 cubic inch, 5-liter V8, no hard top roof, very basic car, perfect Florida car minus how much it rains. This thing could be a lot of fun. I have no idea what this truck will sell for. The auction block will tell us. Will we walk home with a Bronco? I told you I'm not buying anything. We will see. So with this car, again, the original 302 cubic inch, 5-liter V8, it's an original truck. I mean, it's been repainted. There's nothing amazing about this car, which actually is kind of nice because it may be more affordable than every other Bronco we've looked at. It started at $15,000, which seems like a reasonable price. It's already up at $22,000 in climbing. Honestly, probably one of the least expensive Broncos of that generation I've seen for a running, driving, fairly clean Bronco. Still climbing at $25,000. Geez, there's so much car you can buy for $25,000 over a roofless Bronco that's gonna ride really, really rough. Still going. High bid right now is $25,000. They're reaching for $26,000. Bronco's still climbing. They're asking $30,000, which means they're roughly around $29,000. We're gonna see if it sells in just a second.
That's even better. Now what? Got 30,000 on 31. Reserve is off. Service big running one, sir. 32.
Sold for $32,000 plus a 10% buyer's fee, so add another $3,200 final sale price. Did you guys end up selling the Bronco? We did. You did? Oh, congratulations. What were you guys hoping to get out of it? Oh, good. So you got your money out of it. Cool. Congratulations. Thanks. Today's one of those days where I can't catch a break. I can't figure this out for the life of me. I think I'm pretty good at my job sometimes, and then there are other days where I say, I think I'm in the wrong career. Today's video, I am at the Mecum Auto Auction, and there is a plethora, I'll say it again, there is a plethora of Mercedes convertibles. I just made a video, do not buy Mercedes convertibles. Why? Because I overpaid for them, I've had nothing but problems, and I can't sell them. Yet here I am at the auction, and they're going for tremendous amounts of money. I hate these cars. I can't seem to catch a break on a single one, yet here, which is where I bought one of mine, and also where I tried to sell one of mine, they are going for tremendous prices. I'm usually animated, full of energy. In today's video, for the life of me, I can't figure out what is going on in the Mercedes market. A 2004 Mercedes SLK 320 just sold for $15,000. That is your entry-level base model Mercedes sold for $15,000. I'm having trouble getting $7,500 for a $39,000 SL500, and they're selling here for double the amount. They're selling here for double the money. Whatever, let's go look around. Lunch is over. I said I wasn't gonna buy a car. I bought a car. Completely ridiculous and not even inside the auction. It's a whole other video, a whole other scenario. We're back from lunch. I wanna go through the Shelby GTH. What is a GTH? Well, in the 60s, Shelby partnered with Hertz and the Ford Mustang to make the Hertz rental car. And what people were doing was renting Shelbys from Hertz, and then over the weekend, they'd pull the engine, they'd get a Shelby engine, throw their engine in, return the car back on Monday. It was notorious for that. So if you see the original Shelby GT Hertz or the GTH around, the originals from the 60s, there's a possibility that that isn't even a matching numbers engine. Now this right here, Shelby, Ford, partnered with Hertz again to make the Shelby GTH. Now if you look in the headrest, you're getting Shelby GTH, which is the Hertz logo. You get the gold package racing stripes, the rocker stripe down the edge, the Hertz wheels, and you get an upgraded engine and suspension package. Now these are for rent at Hertz, so essentially you can go to Hertz and rent yourself a Shelby just like you could back in 1968. So I just showed you the GTH from a brand new 2023 Ford Mustang. This is a very similar version. This is your 2007 Ford Shelby GTH convertible. Now I believe, and tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, I believe these were actually available for purchase, not for rent. So I don't think you could actually rent these from Hertz like you could the newer ones. I think you're actually buying the H package, the Hertz package. Now if you go to the front, this is the Shelby GT, not the GT 500. Doesn't have the supercharger, has different suspension. And then also, this is signed by Carroll Shelby, 2007 Hertz CSM number 488. So to have a signature on the dash is pretty cool for this car. The Shelby GT is actually more desirable than the GT 500. Although the GT 500 of this generation performs better and had a higher MSRP, they sold more of those, which means they sold less Ford GTs. So the value on these Ford GTs have actually increased tremendously. So the cop car is running through right now. I want to see if I can find the actual owner, get some information, and see what a cop car, like a police interceptor car, is worth. I have no clue how to even put a value on this car. So who's the guy with the knowledge on this? Who's selling it?
My uncle.
Is he here?
No, he is not. I'm representing him.
How did he give you a price on it?
No, he didn't tell me anything about that or the reserve.
So how do you know to sell it or not? Who's the one that says yes?
He'll be on the phone with
Oh, he's on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, good. This is the last year of the Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, which makes it kind of cool. There's a lot you can't do. You can't even bring that on the road, so I don't know how you put a value on that car. It actually requires a lot of work. Asking $15,000 to me seems extremely high. Quite honestly, to me, this is a $3,500 car, and I still have to strip it down and make it street legal. Those lights are really cool, they're really flashy, but literally, you can't let them flash. So they gotta be removed. The only things you can have are orange lights on the roof in a lot of the states.
16, 5 is 17. Internet's out. You want to give 18, 17, 18. Reserve is on. 17, take it. I have 17,000 give 18.
That car just sold for $18,000. I was thinking $5,000 to $6,500. My values are way off. I have no idea how to put a number on that limo. 57 Chevy Bel Air limousine, $30,000 right now. Want to know how to put a value on a car? Come to the Mecum auction. That's what it's worth. Still climbing, $31,000. Let's go over here and check it out again. The reserve is off, so they got the price they wanted.
So $31,000 to the king.
That's wild. That's a fun car. Is it worth $31,000? You add 10%, so another $3,100 in auction fees. So $34,600, if my math is right. That's a pretty cool car.
Now bring T194, an 88 Citron 2CV Charleston convertible.
The Trump limo sold for $29,700. The high, low, worth it? You guys tell me in the comments.